Good morning in the USA. Good afternoon here in Sicily. This is the Militant Negro YouTube channel. My name is JB and I am the Militant Negro. Now, this is November 1st. So I would like to take a few moments and give you some information about the death total for the month of October. And when I say death total, I mean the number of human beings who were killed by law enforcement in the month of November. The month of October. It's late for me and I haven't been to sleep yet, so I might be a little bit wacky. October, 91 people were killed in the month of October by law enforcement in the United States. 91. That brought the total number of human life taken by law enforcement in the year of 2016 to 959. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown here. January, there were 92 deaths. February, 104 deaths. March, 103 deaths. April, 87 dead. May, 96 dead. June, 101 dead. July, 94 dead. August, 98 dead. 85 dead in September. And as I said a minute ago, October had a total of 91 human lives taken at the hands of law enforcement, for a grand total thus far of 959 for the 10 months of 2016. That is ridiculous. It's horrific. It's disgusting. But it's the reality when you people are living in the United States of America. People die at the hands of law enforcement. That is a fact. Not much can be done about it unless the entire justice and law enforcement system is torn down, scrapped, and built from the ground up. People are being executed in the streets for being a person of color, a person of interest, or just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they are unarmed, a great deal of them. They are not carrying weapons. They are not threatening the police department. They are not threatening other civilians. They are just persons of color with nappy hair and dark skin. And we're talking women. We're talking children. We're talking men, adults, mentally ill. Doesn't matter. If you happen to be a person of color in America and a law enforcement officer walks up on you and starts a dialogue, you could be dead. Or, in the case of people like Tamir Rice, you just die without knowing what the hell is happening. You just get shot. No conversation. 3 seconds out the squad car, poor Tamir Rice is dead. This is an epidemic. People of color genocide in America is an epidemic. And I am amazed how every day passes and ordinary average people are not concerned enough about people of color genocide to talk about it. I didn't watch any of the debates between Clinton and Trump, basically because they would not allow Gary Johnson and Dr. Jill Stein to participate. So I didn't watch those debates, but I was told, and I saw through video clips, that there was no mention of law enforcement being rogue and killing people of color. You didn't talk about that. Gun control wasn't a big issue. You know, it doesn't concern these two candidates because they are wealthy, they are European Caucasian, and they have not had any experience with losing a loved one to gun violence, to cop execution. Salon.com posed a question on Twitter. Which is a bigger issue in the United States of America, sexism or racism? And I posted a response tweet to Salon.com that went a little something like this. If you have a problem deciding which is a bigger issue in America, racism or sexism, how about you ask the family members of the people of color who have been executed by cops for being a person of color? Ask those people, those family members, those loved ones, what's a bigger issue in America, racism or sexism? And let's see what their response to you would be. If you think sexism is a bigger issue in America than racism, show me how many women have been executed by law enforcement because they were women, because they happen to be a female, as opposed to the number of people of color who are dead right now because they are a person of color, meaning they were killed, executed, murdered, shot dead because of their skin color, which would mean racism is a bigger issue. Again, 959 people have been murdered by law enforcement, and the bulk of those murders were of people of color. You do have Caucasians and Asians thrown in there, but by and far, the bigger amount of people who have been killed this year, last year, year before that, going back centuries, hell, who knows, are people of color. So that would make racism an issue, an underlying cause of police officers shooting to kill people. That's a fact. That's not made up, that is a fact. Every time a police officer shoots dead a person of color, be them armed or unarmed, they don't go to trial. Very rarely do you get a prosecutor with the balls and the professionalism to take a law enforcement officer to trial. It just doesn't happen. So again, October, a month of dead. When does it stop, people? When do we get tired of seeing the months add up to 1,000 deaths in a year? When do we get tired of that? When do we say law enforcement needs to not be issued guns? Okay? We need to do what the UK does. The street cops don't have weapons that kill. Give them a taser, give them a nightstick, give them a flashlight. Do not give them a weapon, a gun, a firearm. You have specialized, trained units in the UK that do weaponry. Specialized, trained units that have guns, weapons. The regular beat cops do not. That needs to be what happens in America. Take away the guns from your street cops and give them only to specialized units. Maybe then black genocide, Negro genocide, people of color genocide will slow down a little bit. Because, I mean, quite frankly, the deaths per month are too high. You got to stop this. We're allowing our law enforcement agencies to kill us. And we are saying and doing nothing about it. I mean, let's be honest here. 91 deaths in the month of October is way too much. It's way too much, people. It has to stop. 959 dead bodies in 10 months. And this is acceptable to us. It's common. It's no big deal. So, you guys have a good November. Stay safe. Be well. Namaste. Thank you for watching. Come back again. I'll be here every day. Peace.